Well, it could be very well people they get trapped on astral planes. It could be several things. Let's put it this way. We do know now that autism, the rise in autistic children, is a child that comes on the planet and he's tapped into both worlds. He never quite made it from the world, the spiritual world, and he's trapped between the spiritual world and the physical world. We do know that. We do know that spiritually, that's what happened with people with Alzheimer's. What happens here is, when they get a certain age, they go to the spirit world, but they get trapped between the spirit world and the physical world. These are metaphysical aspects that's happening, especially when scientists can't really figure out what they can do medically and stuff like that. Well,
I've been official, big dog in the yard, voted most likely to murder every birthday I start.
Peace, it's the bearded Heru, and everything is real. Let's build. Autism and trapped in the spiritual world. Hey, that was Bobby Hemmitt. You know, a lot of people got a lot of different things to say about Bobby Hemmitt, but that was one of the most powerful, I guess you want to say, pieces of advice that I've ever heard in my autistic journey. You know, with my son, man. You know, that was a very, very powerful way for me to get some understanding about autism. Now, you know, a lot of people got a lot of different things to say about Bobby Hemmitt, and different strokes for different folks. You know, some people like different things. You know, I don't agree with a large percentage of the things that come out of Bobby Hemmitt's mouth, you know, at a certain point of time, or his way of thinking on a lot of things. But I can remember this one night, that recording, maybe 10, 12 years old, but I can remember being at work and my son being very, very young, and we found out about the autism thing, and me just trying to find some answers. And back then, like 10, 12 years ago, that was still like it was still like some kind of silent, and a lot of people was being misdiagnosed with a bunch of different things. And at this point in my life, I think I was just getting out of the injustice system and just going through a bunch of things in my life, right? And I had just got this bullshit job that I still work at. But I can remember listening to this recording. My brother and them, we always do the knowledge of self. People think that I'm listening to music, but I always, since I've been a teenager, I always listen to, something with some knowledge of self involved. But he sent me this recording. He didn't send it to me for me to catch that nuance about the autism. He just sent it to me. So I probably had it for a few months, and I was listening to it one night, and I let the whole thing play out because it's really like 2 hours long. And the autism part came on. At this same time, like I was saying, just going through and trying to find some answers about autism. And I hear this recording, and I'm going through, my search on. I'm getting a bunch of fat in my head, redoing my life, recalibrating everything. But, we had to deal with this autism thing. Couldn't break through, couldn't understand it, couldn't, just going through it. I'm listening to this. It changed the way that I looked at autism for the rest of my life. And when I see other people, with autism, that one thing, that kind of, for my son, from what I was looking for what I got out of it, that was the thing that I was looking for, to change my scope and my perception, of autism. I got different views on autism. Hey man, if you was to ask me how, it'll probably take me a whole month to describe, my feelings of autism. And, I went through a period of my life where I was faulting myself. I thought it was my fault, because I had went to the military and, you get pumped up with all the H1N1, all the anthrax, all the smallpox, and all these different jabs. So it was like one of them things, like, damn, man, I wonder if I came home from the military and, and I did that to him. That was something I was dealing with for a long time. People ain't know that. But that's real, that's why I got a different perspective, on the, you know what I'm saying? Because from just something personal, from the time when I was getting, in the military, getting them things, it was months. Like, shit, probably a month and a half. I go home and, I do what men do, you know what I'm saying? And shit. So I just always thought, man, that period of time, was that my fault? But I had to deal with that. I had to come over that. But the Bobby Hemmitt thing, the trapped in the spirit world, man, that resonated with me so much throughout my son's autistic journey, and it also, when I see other kids or other people, throughout the world, and sometimes, they may say they have autism and sometimes they don't. When I get around them, it's like I know how to crack the code a little bit, so I understand them a little better, and it's almost like I be they big homie, and don't nobody understand my connection to them and why I even feel like that about them. So I'm not gonna make this long and drawn out. A lot of times we don't have to respect the messenger, but sometimes the messenger that we don't like sometimes could leave jewels, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate that one, the Bobby Hemmitt, man. That was a cold one, and that helped me get through it. And even if we was to think the metaphysical and the conscious thing is not a real thing, if you was to look at my life, true and living, and how I dealt and how we still deal with my son and he going through his journey, you will understand, man, that part of the game was real. That metaphysical part, that was real. The God don't really deal with metaphysics, like that. But shit, man, some things you can't deny. But I hope that helps somebody and y'all pass that one around. That's real talk for somebody who's going through the journey of having somebody with the condition of autism. You know what I'm saying? That's a good nugget. When you can't understand them, look at it from perspective of they trapped in the spirit world. Check this out, right? This how you gonna know I'm real. It's certain nuances with an autistic kid, right, that they might do that you would have to be around somebody with autism to understand what they're going through. Like sometimes they'll get out and be flapping their arms. Man, I know what that is. Somebody who might be just looking at them might think that's crazy. They having that surge, or they call it, some people call it streaming, some people call it stemming. I understand it to be like an electric surge. That's that spiritual thing going with them. Or like sometimes for about 3 seconds, they'll have this jolt of energy. You know what I'm saying? It's only for a quick 3 seconds. I understand what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Or if they get into a situation where it's intense, I know their mannerisms. That's that spiritual world. It takes somebody like me to be around sometimes to understand exactly what's going on. So even when I see people, right, and I'm not a educator on autism or nothing like that. But when I see people out with their kids or whatever, and they talking to them crazy because they having one of those moments, it's almost like I'm the dude that's like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. Let them have that. But it's not my place, to tell somebody what to do with what they see, But and the spectrum of Asperger's, it's a wide spectrum, so it's just not one person with it. It's not going to do the same thing as the next, but it's certain nuances that it takes. You know what I'm saying? The true and living God to understand, to help they walk. That was a cold piece by Bobby Hemmitt. Hey man, y'all take that little gem, y'all take that little nugget. A person with autism, look at it, like I said, as somebody who's trapped, in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they're halfway in, halfway out. If you understand it that way, maybe in your situation that'll help you out a little bit better. But it was definitely one of the things that helped me out. So, peace to Bobby Hemmitt. It's the Bearded Heru. Yo, go check them other videos out. Go ahead and like and subscribe so you come on and vibe what you got. Them other videos, it's some cold pieces, man. Yo, man, action packed. It's the Bearded Heru, and everything is real. Peace.
I been official, big dog in the yard, voted most likely to murder every birthday I start. So